Good afternoon. This is the Central Florida Computer Society and the Sarasota Technology User Group's Windows Special Interest Group, or WinSIG, for Sunday, January 11th, 2026. And I'm Hewie Poplock. I'm your moderator, and we talk about Windows and computers in general, and even sometimes phones. So, welcome all. And you should be seeing the items for today from Hewie.net and the WinSIG article. By the way, I've made a couple of changes because I can only have 6 months at a time on one page. So you'll see that there are archives for going back. And I'm not sure how far I really need to go back. I don't think any of you are going to go back and look at the articles from 2021. So I'll probably start deleting some of those older pages. So if you want to grab any of those lists of articles, you can do so. But right now, so January 26th will now be January to through June. We'll be on this page, and what we will do is, or what I will do after this meeting, we'll have the recording, and then that will be placed underneath us so you can click on it, watch the recording. These are links to each of the articles we're going to cover. And so let's go ahead and get started. 10 Windows File Explorer tips. File Explorer, everyone should know. Now, this isn't Windows 10, it's 10 Windows. So it's actually File Explorer, and I think all of them are both Windows 10 and 11. So let's go ahead and open that up. And we're going to full screen and F9. Thank you, Dick. And 10 Windows File Explorer tips everyone should know. First one is show file extensions. And Michael agree with me, for many years, the default was not to show the file extensions. And that's the .doc or .docx, the .ppt or pptx, the .exe or .com. And the reason they did it is they didn't want to confuse people. Well, it did confuse people because you might have an image and a file with the same name, but the extensions are different and you're not sure which one is which. So you want to have that turned on. You do that by going to View and then go to Show, and then you're going to go to File Name Extensions and turn that on. That's if you open up your let's see, let's take this. Let me move it over here. And you should see extensions here for the different files. If you do not, that means it's not turned on. And you do that by going here and under View, Show File Name Extensions. It's turned on. If you turn it off, it just shows the file, and you might see over here on the type, but you can't tell what it is. So if you turn it back on and file name extensions, now you can tell that it's a PowerPoint or it's a doc file and so on. So that's the first thing that I always check when I install Windows on a new machine or get a new machine, to make sure that's turned on. Make this PC the default page. By default, when you open up File Explorer, it opens directly to the home page. In general, the home page lists your frequently used folders and recent files. However, if you're like me and like to have quick access to your different drives, then it's better to change the default File Explorer to this PC. And I'm not sure. Let's see what mine shows. If I open up and then open up File Explorer and put it over here, actually I have it. It opens to the home. I don't have it doing what they're suggesting. It's fine for me, but you can change it to whatever you want. You go to File, Open to this PC, and it will do it for you. Enable checkboxes. In Windows, you can select multiple files or folders by holding the Control key and clicking on file or folders with your mouse. Alternatively, you can enable the checkbox features, which will let you select multiple files without holding the Control key. The checkboxes feature is quite useful. So you go to View, and then Show, and then Item Checkboxes. So let's go ahead and open this and get it back over here and go to View and Show Item Checkboxes. I have it turned on. If you don't have it turned on, you don't get the checkboxes. You have to do the either Control key or a Shift key at the top. So if I go like this and I come down here and I hold the Shift key down and then do it, it will do everything in between. Then I can go back and right mouse click and uh, let's see. I can hold the Control key down and turn one of them off and maybe turn another one off. So you got a whole bunch, but there's only one or two you don't want. You can hold the Control key down and do it. Otherwise, let's go ahead and turn it totally off. So if I come here, I can holding the Control key down, I can pick and choose different ones. You'll see there's checkboxes here because I've got it turned on. I can just click the checkboxes are the ones I want when that's turned on. Okay, the next one is show full path in the title bar. No matter where you are in File Explorer, it shows the folder path as breadcrumbs in the address bar. Until you click on the address, you will not see the actual full path. And if you want to make the File Explorer show the full path, to do that, you go to Folder Options and View, and then you check mark where it says Display the full path in the title bar. So let's see what we mean by that. Let's see. Okay, in the title bar, we're not seeing, let's see. I'm not showing it preview, no. Um, just trying to see where it turns it on. And I just closed that by mistake. But anyway, if you want to display the whole path, uh, you can do so by just clicking that checkbox. And there's some other ones here you might want to look at. And here's where you hide extensions for known file types, and that's the one you want to uncheck. And then you can hide empty drives, you can hide folder merge conflicts, you can hide protected operating system files, or you can show them. And then the hidden files and folders, you can show them or don't show them. So you've got some things that you can check for your own purposes. Whoops. We're back here. And F9 again. Come down here, see what the next item is here. Launch folders in separate processes. If you've been using Windows long enough, you might have seen File Explorer crashing under certain circumstances. When you launch multiple folders and one folder causes crash, all the folders will be collapsed along with the offending one. It's because File Explorer runs on a single process instance. By configuring File Explorer to launch folders in separate processes, you can avoid this crash, kind of crash. And again, you do that here. Okay, expand the folder in the navigation pane. When you browse through different folders in File Explorer, you can see that it'll highlight the root drive of the folder. If you want to, you can expand it. So if you show all folders, uh, it, it will do so and move the View tab. Hide recent activity in File Explorer. You may not want that, and sometimes you might want to open them in the same window, and sometimes you might want to have it as a window of its own. And then we're also going to talk about uh, the tabs that you can have. Make use of the search bar. You've got a search bar here. So if you're in a folder, go up to the search bar at the top and you can look at anything in that folder. And use File Explorer tabs. So you can have several tabs of different file explorers on the same instance of Windows Explorer. If you want to take one and drag it off and have it as a separate window, you can do so as well. And quickly open command line in current folder. Many command prompt commands and PowerShell commands require you to be in the exact folder where your files are located. Manually navigating to that path can be time consuming. So what you can do is try this File Explorer trick. Open the folder you want, click the address bar and type CMD and press enter. The command prompt will open automatically with that folder set as the current working directory. And that's what it's going to look like. Okay, I am going to close that and I am going to stop the share and see if there's any comments or questions on that. And we got somebody in the waiting room.
Didn't see that. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Any comments, questions? You can do an awful lot with File Explorer if you make use of these various things. I thought it was a good article to remind you if you've forgotten some of these things and if you don't use them to familiarize yourself with them. Okay, Jolin says I do the file extension and the checkboxes for everyone, so it's important for ease of use. Good point. Um, and Jolin also said I changed this setting for all the Windows users. Definitely should be the default, and that I think was the extensions. Any other comments? All right, let's get back. You're using Windows 11 wrong. Well, let's see what that article has to say. You're using Windows until you learn these 31 game-changing tricks. There are going to be 31 tricks here. Not all of them do you want to use, or can you use, or should you use? But let's take a look at what they're talking about here. Realign the start button. Why you would want to do that, I guess, is if you're in a habit of having the start button all the way over to the left, you can do so, and you can do that with the taskbar and taskbar settings, and let's see where it is here. Emoji and more, pen menu, touch keyboard, I don't see it. Well, let's go back to the article. Go into personalization in taskbar. Okay. So here, settings, personalization, taskbar. There you go. I guess it's the same window. Uh, Other system tray icons, taskbar behaviors. And here it is, automatically hide the taskbar. And then when you move your mouse over it, it comes back. I don't like that. Some people do. Share any window from the taskbar and so on. So there's things that you can do with your taskbar here. And one of them is to move it to the left. And
It says
I
center right near your mouse pointer on the right-hand side.
Taskbar
Yeah, right
alignment.
here. There we go. Or you can put it on the left. I think they're toying with the idea now that you're going to be able to put the taskbar on the right or the left side, but they don't have that. It's not available yet. Okay. Get AI assistance with Copilot. Need to write a recommendation, but don't know where to start? have to spruce up tone or grammar of an email, or maybe you need a goofy image to spice up your newsletter, Copilot can help you with these things and more. You get to,
Absolutely, Huey. And I've got a whole bunch of other tricks up my sleeve besides just those basics. You get to kind of tailor.
okay. I said the magic word of Copilot, and it turned it on. So you can see now I did the hey Copilot.
Hey there, Huey. Great to hear from you. So tell me, what's on your mind today?
Well, I'm looking at a page. It's telling me that using Copilot can help me in an email, for instance. What are some of the things that you can do?
Oh, absolutely. I'm here to help out with a whole range of email tasks. For example, I can help you draft an email from scratch. You give me the gist, I'll help you polish it up. Or if you want, I can tweak the tone to make it more professional or more casual, whatever suits you. And hey, if you need a quick and unreadable long email chain, I can do that too. So just let me know what you need. What kind of email are you working on right now?
Not. I'm just talking about it with my audience.
Ah, I see. You're just giving folks a peek behind the curtain, huh? Well,
Yep.
got it. Just a casual chat then. Well, I'm all ears if there's anything else you or your audience is curious about. Maybe there's another tech topic or something you'd like to dive into.
Thank you.
You got it. Anytime. If anything else.
And there, I presume you could all hear that.
Oh
Did
yeah,
somebody?
and he's so friendly.
Oh, I know.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
And now my Miss A is talking to me. I don't like them using the words uh, that we would to make them talk because it's words we use. So I had the TV on the other night. The computer was on, but I wasn't watching it. I was in bed, but I had the TV on, and it said something. All of a sudden, Copilot started talking to me. Uh, and so it's kind of weird sometimes. Okay, customize the quick settings panel. Windows 11 separates the quick settings that appear in the Action Center in Windows 10 from the panel's notification. Click the area of the taskbar that has Wi-Fi, speaker, and battery. So that would be, there's the speaker. So it's probably right here. Uh, and you can no longer add or remove items. Let's see. Let's see if you got troubleshoot sound problems, open volume mixer, sound settings. So that's there. Let's see. Separates quick settings that appear in the Action Center in Windows 10 uh, from the panel's notification. So I'm in Windows 11. So, okay. Bonus tip if you're using Surface PC. Okay, it tells you something there. Create and manage multiple desktops. I don't use that. But in fact, I don't even have it on my taskbar. I turn it off. But some of you use it and use it quite often. I find it's more confusing for me than I need. I do a lot of different things and I switch back and forth, but I like it all to be available for me. But I do have multiple monitors. I do have two monitors, and I can set up an old iPad as a third monitor if I need to. So I don't use that. See information at a glance with widgets. I'm not using any widgets, but there are all kinds of widgets that you can have. Personalized widgets on your lock screen as well. Uh, Widgets are little programs that can run. There's all kinds of widgets. If you always liked the little flashing light on your hard drive when it was writing or doing something on your hard drive, there's a widget that can do that even if you have an SSD. Learn new ways to snap your window layouts. I use this quite often, and that's if you're here, you can, and I'm presuming you can see this. you can set this up. So let's say I want this over on the left. Now I've got the right, and now I can say, let's open up my documents folder here and show in a new tab. Let's see, new window. And then go ahead and put it here. No, that's not what I wanted. Um, okay, come on. We're going to put this one here. And what's the other one? Anyway, you could move things around. Let's take this and we're going to put this here. And so now you can move things back and forth. You can make them quarter screens or full screens or whatever, and then just slide it off of that, and it opens it back up in its uh, default size. And this one, and we'll just come back here. So using the snap layouts, I get confused with it sometimes, but it usually works out well. I have a mailing list that I have to mail out to about 85 people, and I don't like doing it in one email. So I divide it into two with different addresses in each one, and so I'll put them side by side, and I copy everything from one to the other, so they're identical, but they're going to different people. Uh, Connect your phone for text, calls, and more. I'm not going to open mine up, but I do have my phone link at the bottom here. I can open up and I can text from it, from my PC. I can look at my call log and see where I got calls from, and I can actually dial and call from using the microphone on my computer by using phone link. And increase security by using passkeys. I do that. Get things done with focus sessions and with messages and video chats popping up throughout the workday. It's easy to get distracted. Focus sessions in Windows 11 encourage you to set aside time for work that requires uninterrupted deep focus. It's in the clock app, and it quickly gives you at least 30 minutes of distraction-free work time. So if you go beyond 45 minutes, the app automatically schedules a 5-minute break. So, and there's a step-by-step guide in setting it up. And I'll just click on that real quick to show you that there's a guide to help you set it up. Um, and whoops, wrong thing here. Let's see information at a glance with widgets. We talked about that. Connect your phone. We got that. Increase security, but passkeys, focus sessions. Get the most out of updated File Explorer. We talked about that. So we don't have to go through any of that. View the full app list. Windows 11 adds extra steps to view your full list of installed apps. Instead of opening the Start menu and immediately seeing the app list next to the app tiles, you have to click on the All button. So if we click here, we have to go to All, and then it lists all of your apps. Now, if you're at the top, you can click on the letters or if it's a number. But if I click on A, it will give me a telephone type dial, and I can go right to V by doing that, and it takes me right to the V's. So if you didn't know that, you've learned something new today. Okay. Pin apps to the Start menu. The live tiles are gone, but if you open your Start menu, you can take any of the apps that are here and tell it let's say Audacity, you can pin to start and then more, and then you can pin it also to the taskbar. You can run it as an administrator and you can open up the file location. So if you pin it to the taskbar, it automatically will put it down on your taskbar. If you pin it to the start, it will put it in your start on your start screen. So if you do that, then you're going to have it in here and you can have multiple items here. And recommended, you can actually turn this off and have more room for your pinned if you want. Or you can look at all of the recommended. I don't really use that part of it, and I probably ought to just turn it off. Use AI to edit and create images. Windows 11 includes 3 apps that work AI magic with images and the relatively recent Designer app. A designer can create illustrations based on your text prompt. Photos can remove background objects from photos, and Paint can do all 3 of those things. So Designer looks like this. Uh, it doesn't cost anything and you can install it. I don't think I have it in here. So this, and let's see. We still in the article? Nope. Let's go back to the article again. Use AI to edit and create images. Customize your interface with a theme. I don't do that only because I want to be relatively generic. And also, if you'll notice, I'm going to go ahead and minimize everything here. You'll notice that I use just a plain color background because I'm doing so many presentations. I don't want to confuse people by having a picture up there. But I could have pictures. You can have rotating pictures. You can have all kinds of things. I like having just a single color. So when I'm doing a video, it's not, you're not getting confused with some kind of a picture there. Okay. Come on, Huey. There we go. And so I don't use the themes. Customize the start menu. Windows in the Windows 10 settings button appears above the start button when you tap it by default. Not so in Windows 11, but you can add it back via settings, personalization, start, and then folders. It's not only folders you can add from here. You can also add settings, file explorer, network buttons, as well as folders for music and so on. Get better apps and file recommendations. Change the default apps. You could always do that, but if you have never done it, you might want to. Visualize your battery better. Well, I have a desktop, so I don't have a battery. Quickly pair input and output devices. Windows 11 now has a full-featured sound menu with the ability to pair new input and output devices. So let's see what the sound looks like here. And so you've got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And then here, these are all of my output devices and volume mixer. So there's a lot of things, headphones, output devices. So I can put, right now I have it on my headphones. I could have it from different speakers and so on and do it right from there. Chat with Teams. I don't use Teams. I don't think if any of you do, then you might want to look into this. Listen with new sound modes. You get extra control for your audio output in Windows 11, including mono, audio, and enhanced audio modes. To go to mono, go to settings, system sound, and then enable mono audio to combine the left and right channels. For enhanced audio, which includes a bass boost, loudness equalization, room correction, and virtual sound. Click all sound devices under the advanced section of the sound menu. Get used to the new touch gestures. That would be on a touch screen, and I don't have that on my desktop. Learn new keyboard shortcuts, and so Windows key and W to open the widgets panel. Let's just try that and see if I got what shows up. I don't use any widgets, but it'll give me a panel of them, and so I do have widgets where I got different things here, and I can have that on or off. Windows key A to access quick settings. So Windows A, and you'll see there over here. Uh, Windows Z to access snap layouts. So Windows Z gives you that. And Windows K to cast media. I don't have any devices set for it to cast, so it's not going to be there. Access gaming features. If you're into gaming, there's some features that you can use. Record audio with the new sound recorder app. Replacing the voice recorder is Windows 11 new sound recorder. The app has a redesigned interface that shows audio waveforms and more input options. It lets you output to a good selection of formats, including AAC, FLAC, MP3s, WAV, and WMA. That said, it's pretty basic with no audio trimming. Listen and watch with the new media player. I don't use the Windows media player. I use either VLC or Earfan View. So it'd be VLC for audio and visual. Back up your PC with the Windows backup. But just make sure you're backing up if you're using. We were talking earlier about some of the third-party backups, but make sure you do back up. Clear your desktop with the title bar shake. You're supposed to be able to do that, but because I think I have two monitors, it doesn't work, and I may not have it turned on. Compress files to 7Z, TAR, or zip formats in File Explorer. So if we open up File Explorer and let's come here, I can, let's see, articles for blogs. I've got these. So let's say I want to take all of these. I can right mouse click and compress to either a zip file, a 7Z file, or a TAR file, and some additional options as well. So you can create a zip file very easily in Windows, especially Windows 11. Project to your PC screen from another device, and it tells you how to do that, and find your mouse cursor more easily. You can set your mouse cursor not only to be bigger or display movement trails, but also to change colors. So you can do all kinds of things with your mouse. And it's always visible. Just go to Settings, Accessibility, and Mouse Pointers. So we're going to go here, Settings, Accessibility, Mouse Pointer and Touch. And you can have a mouse indicator on, mouse pointer trails. What that means is if you turn that on, then you'll see you get the trails. The touch indicator, I've got it turned on, so shows a circle on the screen where I touch it. Mouse pointer speeds, you can make it faster, accessible, additional mouse settings, and multiple displays. Enhance the pointer precision, the mouse pointer speed, primary mouse button, is on the left. If you're left-handed, you might want to change it to the right. And you can do that just by a drop down here. Scrolling direction, motion down scrolls, down motion scrolls down, but you can change that to go up. Scroll in active windows when hovering over them, and lines to scroll at a time. You can choose how many lines as you scroll, how many lines it moves at once, and there's some other additional mouse settings. Yeah, primary and secondary buttons, the speed, and whether you want click lock or not. So there's a lot of settings you can do with your mouse. And that's that article. All right, let's stop the share. All right, we're 2 articles in and we're well into the meeting. Any comments, questions?
Did you have the left click, the control button one on the mouse? Because if you hit the left control button, it will
Yep.
put a sort of bunch of circles around your.
I don't have that turned on.
Yeah, that I found that a useful one in case you can't find where the heck the thing is. And if you have an animated cursor or a mouse pointer, it helps too, because it's easier to see motion than it is to try and find something on a static.
Yeah, and on some screens the mouse gets lost, and by having that, you can find where it is at
Exactly.
any time. Yeah. Anyone else? You're all
Has
so
anybody
quiet.
tried creating their own mouse pointer?
I haven't.
I've actually gone and searched, I don't know if it's still out there or not, for high res mouse pointers and found some zip archives that you can download to a folder on your computer and then go into settings and then in settings mouse pointers and then go look at what your current mouse pointers are and then navigate to that folder of the high res. So I used to have a mouse pointer that had a wagging tail, and I found a medium-sized wagging tail red mouse pointer. So I never lost sight of it, especially on my notebook.
Yeah, there's also utility programs like Microangelo that you can edit the pointers and the cursors and icons and everything else with it too. So I created a rocket ship for mine with flames coming out of the back. So I can see the flames from anywhere.
Okay, there is a question in, let's see, let's look at the chat. You can add app icon link to the desktop by going to Start, All, and then long press on your choice app and drag it and drop it onto the desktop. I like this since there doesn't seem to be another way to accomplish this easily. And she said, I like 15, easy access from the Start pop-up to All. And then Kathleen said, I didn't get to my hand raised in time. Way back, I think there was a segment which Hewie was asking question, and I think the response was by an AI. If that was the case, does AI include filters in the sentence such as and the like? Or was I hearing things? So if you've got a transcription, do you want to remove all of the ums? I think is what just shake your head yes, Kathleen, if that no.
No, was it an AI that was answering your questions?
Back when you had said the flyer keyword, and then it started answering your questions. And there were lots of inflections in there. It really sounded like a normal.
Yeah,
When you were
that was
talking to-
AI. That
you were
guy was
talking to
AI.
Copilot.
No, it was there are fillers and there were lots of inflections. I couldn't believe I was hearing that. Is that sort of standard in that they do all the things that you're not like, and all those kinds of things that we're not supposed to be speaking?
Huey, when you said hello, Copilot, and Copilot started talking to you and asked, how are you doing? Or do you want me to help you write an email? And you said, no, I'm just showing it to the participants. That's where Copilot inserted. And oh yeah, what do you want me to do? Huh? That type of
Yep.
thing. I think that's what Kathleen's talking about.
Okay. And that was AI. Yeah. The Copilot was AI.
Wow.
Oops. I activated him.
Yeah, we're not hearing it.
Can you take out ums and ahs from a transcription?
Or does it transcribe the things? That's the other thing. Do you get ums and ahs and all that in your transcription?
Yeah, if you have a transcription, it'll put those in, and you can then use Copilot to tell it to take them out.
So was Copilot talking back to you just then? Because we didn't hear it.
Yes. Yeah, that was, you didn't hear it?
No, you weren't sharing your screen.
I wasn't sharing my screen, that's
Yeah.
why. Okay.
If you don't
Okay.
want those kinds of things in it, is there a way that you can instruct Copilot to not say they're called fillers? As in F-I-L-L-E-R-S?
I don't think there's a way for you to tell it what and how to say it, but you can turn it off.
Could you
But I
select a
don't-
different voice?
I believe you can. Hey Copilot, let me the microphone's not on anyway. Let me go ahead and share my screen and do that. Hey Copilot.
Hey there, Huey. What's on your mind today? Let's dive into whatever you'd like to chat about or explore.
What was the question, folks?
Trying to jog my memory, huh? Well, if you're talking about our last chat,
No, hang on. But I was asking the one of the visitors to tell me what I needed to ask you.
Ums and ahs.
I see what's going on here. Sounds
Well,
like you're playing a bit of telephone between your visitors and me. No problem. Just go ahead and relay their question whenever you're ready.
The question was, can you change the voice to a different voice?
Copilot, do you have different voices?
Absolutely, I sure do. I can switch up my accent or dialect if you want to hear something different. Just let me know what you're in the mood for, and we'll give it a whirl.
If I click on settings, will it give me a list?
Yeah, it should. Usually when you hop into a settings menu, you'll get a whole list of options laid out for you. Anything specific you're looking to tweak in there, or just exploring?
Your voices.
Got it. You're curious about switching up how I sound. Well, feel free to poke around in the settings, and you'll probably find some voice options to play with. Let me know if you want any recommendations.
Try Australian female.
Okay. Copilot, change your voice to an Australian female.
No worries at all. I'll slip into an Aussie accent for you. So, here we go. Now you'll hear me with a bit of that Australian flair. Anything else you'd like to chat about?
Can you change to female?
Absolutely. I can do that. So now you'll hear me with a bit of a female Australian accent. Let me know how it sounds and if there's anything else you're curious about.
You're still sounding like a male.
Thanks for letting me know about that. It looks like my voice adjustments didn't quite kick in just yet. But no worries. We can keep things rolling however you'd like. So just let me know what else you want to dig into.
Okay, so it's not working right now.
Yeah, it seems like the accent change didn't quite come through this time. Sometimes tech just has a mind of its own, but we can keep on chatting and explore whatever else is on your mind.
You can have conversations for hours with these chats, and it is fun and interesting, and you can learn a lot just by talking, having conversations with them. It's like It's like being in uh, Tech for Senior or a WinSIG all the time. You can ask
Yeah,
it at any time a
there
question.
was there was one presenter at a Durham group meeting who had an AI companion like that, and he had the Australian female, and it was amazing because it was the broadest Australian accent you've ever heard. It actually
Well,
sounded like a real person. It was quite astounding how good it was.
well, I use 11. Uh, I can't remember. It's 11 something, which is a sound recording, and you can change the voice to whatever you want in whatever language or accent you want, and so on. And it's I think it's about $5 a month. And you can take any text and tell it to read that text as an Australian female or as an Indian male and accent or actually other languages. Stephen, your hand is up.
Yeah, the problem is that it's too good. As Mike Ungerman was saying, a lot of people are falling in love with their chatbot. And in fact, they'll go to their wife and say, "Hey, why can't you be like that? Why can't you be so friendly?" It causes issues.
Uh, yeah, and I don't want this to evolve into an AI group, but because of the fact that AI is getting to be more and more part of Windows, I think we're going to be talking about it more and more.
Yeah.
So if you're anti-AI or you're hesitating learning anything about AI, you might want to start understanding some of it and following some of it.
I have to admit, I was amazed at what you just did. I had not heard that before. I mean, just like a very friendly person who's there to really help you and give you whatever you want. That's fantastic. So, yeah, that was really amazing.
And if you do it from, let's say, within Excel or a Word document, I think it's Copilot. It might be one of the other ones. It's very confusing to me sometimes. But you can say, look at the article that I have written. Can I change this? Or how do I add those two items together? Or how do I get an average? And it will step you through it and give you the formula and even tell you where to put the formula, that sort of thing. So it's just amazing what's happening with all this stuff.
Can you
So
change the attitude of the AI voice?
in some of the things I do, yes. 11 Labs, it's 11 Labs is the thing. Let me go out and let's see. Um, Let me share my screen. Make sure sound is on. Let's go to let's see. I better do this. I'm going to do it from Chrome because I know I got the password, I think, built into Chrome. And we're going to come here and go to 11 Labs, speech to speech. You can upload something, but okay, so you got voices, uh, and you can see there's all kinds of voices. Now, your question was,
If you can change the attitude
oh, let's
of the
see.
AI speaking.
Yeah, some of them you can. Let me take some text. Let me take Kathleen's
Yeah, it
and
does
Control
actually
C.
say the Jessica at the bottom, playful, bright,
Yeah, yeah,
warm. I guess that
yeah. So let's
kind of is.
upload or drag or drop audio or video files. Now I don't want
Huey,
Welcome
that.
back, Diane. Great to
I
have you
want
here again.
Huey.
what? Yeah.
You notice 11 Labs has recently been updated where you can use multiple voices in it. And so Google AI Studio also does the same thing, and they've added reflections in both the text to voice.
Yeah. Voice design, instant voice clone, professional voice clone, voice remixing, voice library, and there's famous people you can use, that sort of thing. But I'm trying to, I don't use it a lot. Search the library of voices, so we're going to go home. And instant speech. Okay, okay, this is where you can take from two people, but let's just do this. I'm not going to add a speaker. I'm going to say generate speech. And let's, um, instead of Sam, let's find search voices. Australian, let's see. Australian males, scared Australian, warm and friendly Australian female. All right, let's take Kylie.
Can she sing too?
Warm, friendly, do add to my voices. I guess I have to do that. Okay, and now we'll say,
I did not get to my raised hand in time. Way back, I think there was a segment in which Hewie was asking question and I think the response was by an AI. If that was the case, does AI include fillers in the sentences such as er, and the like? Or was I hearing things?
so those are the kind of things you can take any text and put it in and give it a voice and have it do it. And then one of the things that I have done under voice, let's see here, best voices for version 3, search voices.
Have you used 11 Labs to clone your own voice, Huey?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to show you right now.
Okay, yeah, I did. I've been using it for about 2 years now.
I did not get to my raised hand in time.
Oh, wait a minute. What happened?
Way back, I think there was a segment in which Hewie was asking question and I think the response was
Okay, somehow I got to redo it. Select a voice. I don't want to spend a lot of time doing this. Again, we're getting way off topic, but okay, so I've got it there. I got it here. So let's generate one more time and then we'll come back.
I did not get to my raised hand in time. Way back, I think there was a segment in which Hewie was asking question, and I think the response was by...
That doesn't sound like me as good as I've had it before, but you can do it, and I've done it. So let's go ahead and stop the share.
Why,
Okay.
why is there all this emotional stuff? Like, I think, I mean, even in what you read, they had things that expressed doubt or whatever. I mean, is that also part of AI?
Yep. Yeah, and some are better at it than others. Some you can change the tone of it. You can make it friendly. You can make it humorous, and so on, and it will do that for you.
More or less, it seemed like an actor or somebody on stage that was trying to
Yeah.
emphasize an emotion as opposed to
Yeah.
just speaking something.
No, it's all done with AI.
Okay, wow.
There are AIs that do audiobooks now. So that typically, I know a lot of people will listen to audiobooks. I used to listen to audiobooks when I traveled. And now people who want to generate traffic on YouTube will just grab the content of a book. Hopefully they got the copyright permissions, but whatever it is, they upload it into an AI. They have the AI read the story. They have the AI generate visuals that go with the story that's being read. They put it all together into a video that you can then play and then just listen to it for entertainment purposes. And I know my wife has done this with several different book genres that she likes to read, and she likes having read to her, and it's all AI, inflection and everything.
Stephen.
Yeah, well, the direction it's going actually is to use AI, of course, in robotic types of entities to make them friendly and used for elder care. And, obviously, the older people that are not as familiar with technology, they will be much more accepting. If it has that sort of tone of voice, you can sort of shape it to whatever is the most loving, friendly for them. And that's why they have to do that.
JJ?
Yeah, you were talking about using AI for creating books. I know Gemini has one called Storybooks, but also you got away from using Notebook LM. I've been using Notebook LM to convert a newsletter to a podcast, and I've been doing that for the Milwaukee Computer Group, and they really enjoy that.
So their newsletter then is audio.
Well, they give me the newsletter. I get the newsletter, and then I take the newsletter and put it into a Notebook LM, and it either creates an audio or a video overview. And they've
Oh,
enjoyed the audio overview. The president is trying to figure out a way to put it on their website.
interesting. Yep, there's a lot of things you can do with this stuff. So let's get back to Windows, but all this runs on Windows, so it has a lot to do with it. Don't forget, I do a Let's Talk AI on the fourth Friday of every month. If you're not on my list where I send out my AI Let's Talk AI newsletter, which has the link, drop me an email at Hewie@Hewie.net, and I'll add you to the list. And you're welcome to join us. We have some pretty good discussions. JJ uses a lot of AI. I do, and I like to try different things, and I do, and we talk about them. And not to stay on AI for too long, but let me go ahead and share my screen again. I want to show you something I've been working on. But it's not working the way I would like it to, but you'll see why here in a moment. But let's go ahead and come back to, whoops, nuts. There's what I want. And let's see, where was I going? AI. Oh, I know. I gotta go to Hewie.net. Under AI News, I am listing videos that I watch about AI, and I'm having it, and AI is creating this, but what it does when I hit watch now, because of the way my website software does things, you can't click on it and go to it. So I'll show you a little trick. Let's see, we'll go back. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to close that, come back here. If you right mouse click here and open in a new window, it will then, I don't want to start it because it may start the audio part of it. And I'm not allowed to do that. But if you do that, it will then open up that video and you can watch it. And I'm having it give it some kind of a category and the creator. And this was part of one list. And this was my test list. But I'm going to be able to do this, and I'm going to try to update this either on a weekly or a bi-weekly or even a monthly way. So if you want to look at some of the better videos about AI, you're going to be able to come here.
Is that recorded too, Huey?
These aren't my recordings. These are other people's recordings.
Okay.
And so if you watch now, these are all YouTube videos.
Great. Okay. My Fridays are wrapped up. I can't, otherwise I would
Oh,
join.
yeah. Is that, yes. Again, let me, go to YouTube. And because it is a STUG, I have to go to switch the account. Why isn't
Can I
it
find
doing
that
it?
on Hewie.com or?
It's nuts. Let me go ahead and I can open it here. No, it's going to be on the YouTube channel for STUG.
Okay.
And so if I open this and go to YouTube, and let's see if it's here. Switch account. There it is.
So,
And then tell it here, view your channel. It is the Sarasota Technology User Group, the STUG, and it's this. But if you
okay.
Control C and then chat, and I'll drop it in there. So that's the YouTube channel. And then
Excellent.
here is the AI tools and demo imaging. Let's see, in creation with AI. And then here is, let's see, here's the AI from last month, and so on. So the different AIs are here, plus the video about AI that I did a presentation about AI that's an hour long. Those are
Great.
all there as well.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And if you have ever seen my emails, let's see. I'm going to move this out of the way here for a moment. And so my emails aren't all showing, but if I tell it to do a new message, it does it here. If you ever get an email from me, or I can take this and I'm just going to drop this in the chat.
Okay.
And I'll do that in just a second because I got it covered right now. But if you click on that, cancel, let's go to it. All right, I got it copied. So all I got to
Copy and
do is,
paste. Yeah.
so let's see here. It's a menu. So here's my Huey's Facebook, Huey's my X, what I post on X, what I post on Instagram,
Oh, wow.
my YouTube, Tech for Senior YouTube, Sarasota Technology User Group, the STUG YouTube, CFCS YouTube, Tech for Senior website, the Windows Special Interest Group, latest WinSIG newsletter, Huey's AI News, and the STUG website. So if you click on any one of those, which would be this, it will take you there.
Okay.
Let's see
Yeah, I
where
just need to
the,
go to your Facebook. It's got everything.
yeah, so um, let me drop that link. It's called Linktree is what I'm using. I did a video on Linktree, but by all means, click on that and you can get to almost anything where I've posted or the rest of us post. Uh, uh, from Tech for Senior or and so on. So let's see. I'm still sharing. So how are we doing for time? We had a couple of minutes left. We did get off on a tangent, but that's what we do.
A very, very useful tangent.
4 reasons why Windows really isn't as bad as Linux users say. All right, let's take a look at that. I know we've got some strong Linux users on here, and a lot of them say that it's better to go to Linux instead of Windows, but uh, hardware support just works. Virtually all consumer hardware is made for Windows. The software ecosystem favors it heavily. It's just standard for productivity. And so, if you're running Linux, you got to find some workarounds, or you have to find some other programs, or find a way for something to work. Compatibility layers like Proton and Wine have closed major gaps, but they don't eliminate them. So, running software well enough isn't the same as running it natively. Uh, Most criticism is about defaults, not the OS itself. Windows has some terrible defaults, but they're fixable. And it all goes on. And driver issues are usually less esoteric on Windows. Somebody has had your issue before, and so you can get answers to it. So it's a pretty good article. Uh, Not to uh, knock Linux, but Linux is a good answer for people who get frustrated with Windows. But there are things about Windows that might still be an advantage for you. Here's some Microsoft Copilot tips for beginners. I included this here because Copilot's part of Microsoft and part of Windows. So this is a good article for those of you where there's a video, so you can watch his video. But also, here's some takeaways for it. Let me F9 this. There we go. What sets Microsoft Copilot apart? And it gives you some Microsoft is its AI-powered assistant integrated seamlessly with Microsoft and Google tools, enhancing productivity and creativity through features like text generation, document analysis, and workflow automation, and so on. And let's see what else it says here. Getting started, crafting effective prompts, define the role, specify the AI's role, act as a financial analyst, state the task, clearly outline what you need, generate a monthly budget report, provide context, include relevant details or constraints, focus on expenses under $10,000. Set the tone and format, indicate the desired tone, formal or conversational, and format bullet points or narrative paragraphs. For example, you could ask Copilot to draft a business proposal, summarize a research paper, or create a personalized fitness plan. The more detailed and specific your prompt, the better the output will align with your expectations. And then the beginner's guide, and it goes on. So if you're interested in getting started with AI and you haven't done it yet, you want to and you want to try to use Copilot because it's part of Windows, go ahead and read this article. I think it'll help you get started. And another thing you can do you may not know what to write for the prompt, so you tell it, I want to write an article, or you might tell it you're writing an article as for a newsletter for seniors, and I want to write you want to write an article about using Copilot for the first time. Give me a prompt that will develop my conversation, or the prompt. I'm sorry. Give me a prompt that'll write an article, or that will do a presentation, and let it run. So you can create a prompt and then use that prompt to create what you want. And I recommend that for a lot of you. And let's do one more here. I save hours of typing on Windows with this tiny open source app. Let's see what this is. And I think I type a lot between drafting my articles, writing emails. Let's F9. There we go. Let's see. I type a lot between drafting my articles, writing emails, taking notes, and endless back and forth WhatsApp and Slack messages. My keyboard gets a serious workout. After owning a Windows laptop for years now, I've just accepted that rewriting the same text, phrases, and explanations was part of my life. Mac has a pretty decent built-in text replacement tool that works great for text substitution. However, Windows doesn't offer such a feature. Fortunately, this author found a tiny and super useful open source app that completely transformed the way he types or she types. With this app, I have not just saved a few minutes, but hours of typing. And what allows you to do is it allows you to make like a shortcut for certain phrases that you use all the time. And I don't use this. If you're interested, by all means, read the article, and it looks like it can help you. So you have a snippet, you tell it what the shortcut is and then what you want it to actually say. And you can do whole paragraphs if you're using that same paragraph over and over again. This is an easy way not to have to type that every time or copy and paste it. You just type in a shortcut, it replaces it with that paragraph. So it's called Beef Text. It's free and it's open source text expansion app for Windows that lets you create shortcuts that automatically expand into longer text snippets in any application you're working on. It helps you save a lot of time on repetitive typing or writing and boost your productivity. For instance, you can create a shortcut like EML to insert your complete email address. You can also think of it as autocomplete, and that's fully under your control. So with that, we'll come back here, and there's a lot of articles that I didn't get to. And by all means, they're there. You can go and click on them yourself and follow them yourself. Let me go ahead and stop the share. Any final comments or questions? I hope you learned something today. I hope you got some new information. Di, you have your hand up?
Yes, I have a question. I'm just learning more about Windows 11, and I have a desktop and a laptop. Years ago, there used to be something called, I can't remember the name of it. It was something to do with home, but where I could link my two together. In other words, if I'm on my laptop, can I see my same screen that's on the desktop? Or what is it I use now to do that? Do you know what?
You want to see
Well, I know
on
OneDrive will do that, but I mean, yeah, I want to see my desktop. I want to see my desktop, which is, I'm talking about the physical desktop on my laptop. If I'm in another room, there used to be something where you could link your two, through a network. I don't
Yeah,
know how to do
there
that
is
on 11.
there is anyone off the top of your head know what she might use or do?
I use a program called RustDesk,
What is
and
it? Rust?
rustdesk.com. And if you run that on both computers, then you can control the screen on the from one to the other.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wanting to do. So when I go in another room, if my laptop, I can see something that's on my desktop.
Yes.
But your desktop still has to be on, right? Like the home
Yeah, it has to
network
be.
used to work. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
I use remote desktop connection, but I believe it does require Pro to set that up. Windows Pro.
Yes, it
You
does.
can get Pro for $10 now.
Okay.
Any other final comments or questions? This has been the Central Florida Computer Society and Sarasota Technology User Group, WinSIG, or Windows Special Interest Group, for Sunday, January 11th, 2026. Thanks for joining. If you're watching us on YouTube, by all means, join us the second Sunday of the month using Zoom. or watch us again on YouTube. Thanks for joining. I'm Hewie Poplock.